So, we are here with, this guy don't need no introduction. Well, some people don't know who you are.
No.
Some people know who you are.
If they knew who he was, we wouldn't be in the situation we in.
So, we always tell y'all on Facebook, every time you have a problem, what you gotta do?
You better call Tyrone.
And this is Tyrone. And this is Tyrone. This is Tyrone Franklin, the president of the BTS. So, Ty, we were just in a packed room.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, Ty. You know we've been doing this forever. The commitments that was here today, I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why?
Because,
No,
time out. Because you know, Ty, we always, at this point of time in the year, we always do this stuff. Some people have 3 teams, some people have 2 teams, but the hair teams, organizations say they have 7U up and probably missing 1 team. That was shocking.
Well, you know, in Big Tri-State we preach, recruit, recruit, recruit. You know, I talk to people don't know, I don't have to be in a public forum talking to my president. I talk to my presidents every day. I'm always on the phone with my organizational president saying, listen, you have to recruit. See, sometimes you have to do what's better for the league instead of what's better for your program. Because everybody can't win. And everybody can't have a strong team. But when you go out and you recruit kids and you get kids to better the league, to have multiple organizations so we can have a day of football at everybody's field, that's what a league is about. A league about the president sacrificing and a league sacrificing for them. And that's why we have so many high commitments. Teams that had 2 last year, now they got 5, you know? And it's big, you know, from 7 to 13U. And even this year, we got 9 14U teams.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
And that's crazy. We don't even, and we don't do 14U. We really don't do 14U, but we have that multiple 14U teams, and that's what Big Tri-State is all about.
All right. So Ty, this is not a controversial question. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. How did BTS come along?
Okay, BTS is an extension of Big Apple. What happened was, back in 2018, Big Apple only had like 8 organizations. Okay. So me and Courtney had a conversation.
Was that many?
It was, yes, Mike.
Oh.
And because you posted it, and I borrowed you for a year for posting that shit.
We definitely did.
And,
Try to block us.
I think it was 6.5.
Well, I don't.
Half of the Hurricanes went.
Yeah, well, okay, half of the Hurricane, but
yeah,
I counted the Hurricane, but they was on the, they had 2 teams in Big Apple at the time. So I went to Courtney when I came back, because remember, I wasn't there. I came back and I said, Court, a lot of people don't want to deal with you. So let me take over. You take a back seat, you do your national thing, and let me take over, and I will build Big Apple back up to where it's supposed to be. And from 2018 to 2020, we started growing. But after the COVID year, we took everybody throughout the city and throughout Jersey and Long Island, and we brought everybody together. So after the was it 19? Well, the COVID year. COVID-19. Okay, there you go. It was COVID-19 year. So in 2020, since we retained a lot of those Jersey programs, we said that we can no longer be a New York named league called Big Apple, because the Jersey teams online from their other constituents in Jersey say y'all playing in a New York league.
Yes.
So we said that we have to change our name so they can't be ridiculed saying they're playing in a New York league. So we said we're gonna service the entire Tri-State. So we named our league Big Tri-State. That's what we did. We renamed the name Big Tri-State from 2020. That was the time. That's how it was going.
All right, so we could. So I'm glad you just spoke about that. So we could definitely put this room in the bed that you got fired. They said that you got fired, Ty.
Fired.
They said you got fired, and you know all this crazy stuff.
You know, I don't get involved in that he says, she said, that back and forth shit. It's how come I don't really speak. But fired, that's nonsense. I didn't get fired. Big Tri-State is still Big Tri-State now.
Yeah.
How is?
Oh God! What he wanted to say is how you get fired from a job you don't get paid from.
Well, yeah, I did. Well, but see, but no, because involuntary. No. You can't say that because even in volunteering, when you're not getting a salary, you don't get paid. You can be let go from your volunteer position
Okay,
because
not
everybody.
fired,
It's not
let
fired. You
go.
could let go. You could tell them, no, you can't do this no
playing
more.
with words,
But yeah,
You got fired.
I know. I mean, I
But
see
hold
it.
up. Big Apple wasn't in existence from 2020 until 2024. I mean, Courtney still has the name Big Apple, and Big Apple was still working in other things aspect of it. But when it came to youth football, there was no Big Apple at that time. It just changed the name. It expanded. It expanded to Big Tri-State. That's all it did. It went from Big Apple to Big Tri-State. It expanded.
Now, Ty, I know firsthand. I see it firsthand. You know, we're all on the phone, 6 o'clock in the morning, this and that, and you always think of ways to, you know, bring more stuff to the kids.
Right.
Right? So that's one thing people can't discredit you about. So I know you started doing Rutgers, Heathcliff Stadium, right? So what's your vision now? I mean, because Heathcliff Stadium last year was ridiculous. And you heard it in the room today that people were like, why that can't just be the championship game? You know what I'm saying? So what's your vision now? I know, I mean, you do everything already. What more can you do to make,
Well,
you know?
my vision is always to expand Big Tri-State, like I said, to the Tri-State area. I really made a mistake today because I didn't speak on it. I forgot. And my man hit me and said, yo, do this, right, ask this question in the room right before I went to the mic. He told me that I should speak on the expansion of Big Tri-State because right now I have multiple teams from Syracuse reaching out and from Philly reaching out. And I didn't talk to the room about it. So at the next meeting, I have to really talk to the room about Syracuse, and it's crazy. I know he listen, right before I went to the mic, he told me to bring it to the room about Syracuse. So it's all about expansion, and it's all about playing at venues that the organization, the kids get the best experience about. Right now, Rutgers University has offered to open their doors to me for the stadium. I keep saying no.
It's too big.
It's too big. I keep saying no. Coach Schiano has offered that to me every year for the last 2 years. Got to put you in the stadium. And he's a man of his word. He don't care. But it's too big. So we're just going to keep expanding. We're going to keep trying to give the kids the best experience they can.
So this year, BTX expanded, and we have some heavy hitters in here.
Yeah.
What games are you excited to see this year?
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see our old favorites, Jets, Avengers, show Chiefs, and I can't wait to see Big Tri-State just expand and play Brick City. I can't wait to see. It's individual teams.
Silk City, yep.
Silk City, it's individual teams that's going to be good. Silk City's 9's supposed to be great. Big Brick City's 11's is supposed to be real good. The show's 12. The Chiefs 8. The Jets 9's. Bergen's 13's. It's so many high-powered teams in Big Tri-State that I can't wait to see them get in the mix with everybody else. You know, AIP 9's is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, they was good last year.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The Chiefs 8's.
Oh, okay.
8U. Dominant. It's supposed to be, listen, one of the most dominant teams. I don't think nobody's going to beat them this year. We'll see, though.
So you just made a big announcement in the meeting about 8U football.
Yeah.
Because, you know, last year we had coaches on the field.
Yeah.
This year there's no coaches. It's live football.
8U football is big boy football right now. Everything's live. It goes no coaches on the field, and kickoff, punts, everything, no more walk-offs. Big boy football now. So that's only going to help the Chiefs because they have a very good program, very good 8U team. But guys got to step up and coach.
So do you think that
And that starts right away.
Yeah.
This is first game of the
First
season.
game of the
Yep.
season.
So do you think that'll be a different dynamic of coaching now on that level? Because now
100%, it's going to make guys have to coach. You got to coach them babies and really get them ready to play.
So this is a question I'm going to ask you. I asked Jess this question too. We was in UIFL, right? UIFL, we got comfortable. You know, we was in Orlando, Kissimmee. We drove around everything. You know, everybody's everywhere.
Right.
Now we're going to Naples.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do you think that the dynamic of New York City football would change now because now we don't know what's in Naples. We don't know what to do. and now everybody has to stay together.
Right.
So do you think the dynamic of New York City football will change for the better, or?
Well, hopefully for the better. I hope that when we get down there as a league and as different individual organizations, we get like we used to be when everybody comes out and we all at everyone's games and we got everyone's back. You know, Big Tri-State has everyone's back and everybody will be together like we used to do when we first went to AYF. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm gonna tell you a story. It's a real quick story that I won one time. The Springfield Rifles was playing 14U. Eric Smith, I shout out Eric Smith, and they were playing a team. And one of the kids got into a scuffle, and the other team started running the field. The freaking Ravens, the Jamaica Bulldogs, they all came over the fence, and they seen this whole 3 organizations coming out like, yo, we ain't doing that. The motherfuckers went right back on the other sideline. They chilled out the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. Everybody went back in the stands and played, but they let them know, listen, it's not, you ain't playing just the Rifles. You playing New York. Mm-hmm. So that's what we need to do. We need to make sure everyone has everyone back and everybody supports everyone.
So there's a myth, right? Mm-hmm. This is the last time. There's a myth in BTS, right? If you come into BTS as a new program, you don't win a championship. Do you think that myth is still going to be hold up?
Well, that I'll say this: that it was for many years when you came in Big Tri-State, you didn't win a championship. But I think year before last, the Dark Knights, 11U.
It was not. There was 10 that year. No, 10? They lost.
No. Well, I know the Dark Knights. Coach, Banks. Mm-hmm. They won. I think it was Coach Banks.
They won.
They won their first year, so they scored.
Oh yeah, they did win. They beat the.
Was it Coach Banks? I can't remember.
They beat
Coach
the
Vaughn, maybe Vaughn or Coach Banks. I can't remember. They won. They won.
Curtis. They won. They beat the Dolphins.
They won the championship. Mm-hmm. So I have to say that myth was gone, but it's still hard for you to win a first time come Big Stretch.
The record is 29-1.
No, the record is like 200 and something. Okay. Yeah, it's 200 something.
Well, I know that we have a lot of, like you said, we're talking about bringing out things. Stafford Bengals is talking
crazy. They talking about all.
I didn't get that memo.
The Stratford Bengals
been the 2 girls?
No,
I didn't get that
the
memo.
Stratford Bengals call me every week.
Mm-hmm. Like
Craig Bossett calls me every week,
like
and he's
average
talking crazy. Like, listen,
28-0 average.
They better be ready to play because we coming.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna.
They got a national.
Listen, okay, I'm not gonna.
Cheer.
I'm not. Listen. I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, right?
No,
I don't listen. I don't want to put nobody on blast. But time out. GA Gladiators came in here the same energy.
Yeah.
Until they came across that bridge on Staten Island.
2 women that came in here. They came in hot.
Listen. Hot. What I like about that is they just come and everybody's ready to play some good football, man. You know what? That's what it's all about. It's all about good football. You come to Big Tri-State, be prepared to play, man. It's a place where you come to play good football.
Right.
That's it.
I got one more question. One real question.
Okay.
Brick City. It's the first thing that come to your mind.
Yes, sir.
What is the first thing come to
yes,
mind?
Yes, sir.
Brick City,
baby.
I mean, they have a championship in AYF. They have a national championship in AYF.
They have more than one.
They have 4.
Wasn't they in Pop Warner?
They have a 14U in Pop Warner.
1 AYF.
They have 11U and 12U, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, they're the first team in the BTS with an AYF. You know,
no,
AYF.
No. Are you crazy?
Technically.
No, it's not technically. You can't say that. No.
I mean,
no, you
BTS,
can't say that. No.
BTS is new.
In BTS, okay. You want to say BTS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not
technically the BTS.
Yes.
Brick City has. Since BTS has been existing, Brick City is the only one with the AWF championship.
Yes.
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So I'm gonna go out on a limb. How many national championships you think New York can bring back this year?
I don't know. Hopefully get one. That's all I care about.
None.
Mike say none. I don't care. As long as we get one.
Listen, we have to bring something.
We got to bring something back. I mean, we don't have to, but hopefully that we can bring 1, 2. Listen, whatever we can. During the time that Big Apple was in AYF, New York City as a whole, had more national championships than any other state.
Mm-hmm. So another thing, what do you think about that All-Star the rule for the All-Stars?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
He said 6 players per team.
Keeps people from taking a team that lost and just taking those kids, adding a few kids. You got to have minimum 6 organizations, 6 kids each.
No, he said minimum 4.
Four organizations, and 6 kids each. So it has to be a true All-Star team, and you have to be an AYF conference member. You just can't be out from anywhere. You know, you got to be have accountability. You know, when you take teams from anywhere and they don't have an accountability in your tournament, they can act a fool because they don't care because they're not members. So AYF make sure you're a member. So there you go. That's all.
Okay. Well, Ty, it's always good talking to you. We got to ask you all the questions now because we don't know when we're going to see you again.
Yeah. We don't know what other shows.
So, closing out, what can we say about the BTS?
Listen, I'm just looking forward to a great football season with our organizations. You play here, you play the best. That's the most important thing. When you play here, you play the best. And if anybody feels that they're not the best, make a phone call. We can make it happen, Make a phone call. I'm pretty sure I can always get organizations to come up and come out to play some football. All I got to do is make a phone call, But when you play a big tri-state, you play the best. That's all.
It's always good to hear from you, even though we're going to hear from you at 6 in the morning tomorrow. The Queens Avengers in the house. First of all, right, everybody in the world knows the Avengers, and they definitely coming out with some swag that nobody can mess with, and it's undeniable. So I can introduce them. They don't got to introduce themselves. This is Coach Kia and Coach Quan. So, how many championships do you guys have? I know y'all own the lower levels and everything else. The Avengers are always in the talk. Everybody knows that if you want to win a championship in BTS, it goes through the Avengers. So how many championships y'all have?
Honestly, don't know. I think we have maybe 12.
After what you just won.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the summer. I didn't add this upcoming summer, so maybe about 15 now in 3-4 years.
The crazy thing is, right, I coach with the show, right? And I know every year everybody came back and they want to prepare for the show. But now if you 7, 8, 9, 10, already that you're not building your team to beat the show, you're building your team to beat the Avengers. And it's facts. So I know you have some teams this year. What do you think is your teams? Because you guys go to Florida. So what do you think your team this year that can possibly be in Nationals?
Nines look really good. I think they're going to make another appearance. Our Tens also look good. They're under a new staff, but they're still a real solid team. They got some good new additions. They're definitely building together well. As far as the upper levels, we're still working on numbers up there, but I think they're going to be very solid.
Okay.
I also think the Sevens would make a good run because they ran the Summers last year, and then they also played up with our 7U team last year. So I think they're going to look good this year too.
So I'll go 7, 9, 10.
So we have to talk about this. We haven't spoke about this since last year. That historic 6 overtime game. That game was the craziest game I saw, and actually that game set us back a couple of hours. But so, how did it feel to be in that game? Because that game was anybody could have won that game. It was fourth down stops on the goal line. It was crazy. So what was your take on that?
It was nail biting. It was pretty much once you got to that pretty much the fourth quarter, in the middle of the fourth quarter, every play counted, and literally it did. Right, one play looked like we were winning, the next play looked like they were winning. It was a tough bout. All right, and then it ended pretty tragically for me, but I had to take my hat off and coach 9U.
So as a coach, right? We all watch film on each other. Right. We go to scout games and everything. Did you have to eventually make up a play in the huddle? Listen, this is not going to work. We have to. This guy. We got to do this. We got to do that. So what was your in that 6th overtime? What was your mentality? What was it? Because at that point, everybody knows you're running because you ran the plays during the game. What more can you do? What was your mentality right there?
Just win. It was nothing more than win, bro. If it's working, let's keep doing it. and just keep punching the ball down their throat. Just keep doing what's working. They ended up ending the game off with some real big plays that they didn't pull out the entire game. That's what was the deciding factor.
So, I know you guys, right? And last year was just like, I know it was probably heartbreaking for you guys. You guys, that 6 overtime, and then you guys was actually in the national championship game too.
Right.
So, this year, I know for a fact it's not hard, it's not easy to win the nationals. I've been in probably 6, probably won 3. So, what's your plan this year as far as we in AYF now, winning the nationals? But I think it's better because now we know who we play. Because that first pressure of not knowing who you play, now we know who we play. So what do you think you're going to do now to prepare better?
I can't say nothing more than finish, and it's really all about how you start. So it starts today. It's about how hard I practice right now and how hard I work all season long. It's really just finishing. I just lost another championship game in the spring, so I got nothing but fire under my ass right now.
Yeah, I would say that our biggest goal going into the national run this year is trying to get our whole team there. Like, we haven't been able to get our whole team to nationals since we came out. We've been going to nationals with 13 kids since we went 13 kids year 1, we went 13 kids year 2, and made it to the national championship both times. So I'm saying, like, 2 or 3 more kids, or even our whole team making out there will make a huge difference for us.
Yep. So can we get a secret? What color are you wearing this year?
Yikes. Yikes. I mean, I'll give you this. Every time you see our summer uniforms, it gives you a hint as to where we're transitioning to go into the fall.
Okay. That's what's up. So I'm a fan of you guys, right? I'm not a fan when y'all play us, but I'm a fan of you guys, and I know you guys are gonna do good this year, is expected. You know what I'm saying? So good luck the rest of the season until we play y'all, and that's it.
Appreciate you, boss.
Yes, sir. This guy right here don't need no introduction. If you talk about New York City football, this is New York City football right here. I got the man, the myth, the legend, Just Hall in the building. What up, Just?
What's good?
What up, man?
Ain't shit. You alright?
Yeah, man. So you've been around this football world for over 20 years, man. What do you think the direction of youth football is going now?
I think it's going good now. I think you got a lot of people that elevated themselves and their organizations to get their kids and their teams on the map. The reason why I'm saying I think it's going good because we got a lot of kids that have been making it to college. A lot of kids that going to the NFL, like big shots out to the Harlem Jets. They got more kids in the NFL than anybody in New York City right now, and that's crazy. But it's a great look for New York City. You know what I'm saying? In the whole 2 years in a row, right? New York, we're getting a lot of kids in the NFL and a lot of kids in college. So that's a great thing for New York.
So, everybody talk about how the Hurricanes and the Chiefs have beef with each other. It's really no beef. This is really my brother. I talk to Jess on the phone all the time, not even about football, about life stuff. But the internet perceives things how they want to perceive it. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. Back in the day, it used to be the Chiefs and the show. We had a trophy that we used to give out every year.
Yeah, you're right. Those were the days. We're trying to go back to that this year as well. It's like bragging rights for the year. Whoever wins, take the trophy home. So, dust the trophy off because I know it's in your garage, in your house, because you posted gave it to me about maybe 12 years ago because we beat you on all levels. And you talking about you couldn't find a trophy. So find a trophy and get it to me and bring it out to the game. So who wins the most games gets to keep the trophy. But New York is getting real better, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially the 5 boroughs. It's a lot of teams emerging, and Long Island teams are joining. It's a good look. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no beef with Staten Island Hurricanes. This is youth football. The streets are the streets. Football is football, and that's what we're doing. We're doing football.
And first of all, I want to congratulate you. I didn't get to talk to you in Florida, but what we did last year on that 13U level was amazing. We both was in the national championship. Kids from New York City, that New York City don't even get looked at. And we went all the way to Florida and both made the national championship. What do you think about that?
Nah, I think that was a great experience for both teams and both organization kids. A lot of those kids that we had on that 13U level from both teams have like colleges. I mean, not colleges, but the high schools. That PSL can't get their hand on those kids. How fast that Catholic schools is trying to snatch them up. You know, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year.
I'm actually excited to watch high school football coming up. And the good thing about it is that them 13-year-olds that was here last year, they all playing. Some of them are playing on the same team with each other for the first time ever. Or maybe they're playing with each other now on an all-star team and they get to play with each other for 4 years. So, I mean, I'm excited about that. That group of 13-year-olds is definitely generational.
Yeah.
To have that many, many household names. Because back in the day, you had that one kid, you got that one kid, that running back, that receiver, or something everybody know. But that group of kids was generational talent.
No, hell yeah. I mean, that group we had, we was like 37 kids. We had about 40, but 37 kept coming. Basically, those kids been playing football since they 5 years old. So, it was a good team. It was a good game. We lost it, I think it was 20-13 we lost. But it is what it is. It happens. Brooklyn Chiefs been to 5 national championships, and we lost them. But it is what it is. We're gonna get better, and hopefully this should be our year to win the Nationals.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious. You don't go to New York City and don't hear about the Brooklyn Chiefs. The Brooklyn Chiefs is definitely a household name. Here we go. We got Mr. Phenomenal. So you don't go to New York City and don't hear about the Brooklyn Chiefs. The Brooklyn Chiefs definitely did a good job of going across the country, putting New York on the map. And are you guys doing that this year again, like going out and play like the tournaments and everything else?
Hell yeah.
Next stop, North Carolina.
Hell yeah. Okay. We're going to North Carolina, I think the 1st of August to the 5th.
Okay.
I know it's going to be some rough games down there. We beat a couple of the teams down there, I think last year, maybe the year before. So I'm quite sure I know they're going to be trying to gun it. They're gunning for us or whatever. But I just want to let y'all know, don't sleep. Don't sleep. New York is making moves. Don't sleep. New York is getting better and better and better. And it's proven because we got a lot of kids going to college for free. For free. I just want to shout out one kid. He declared this year. He been with us since he was 5 years old. This is his senior year. His name is Jordan Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all better look out for Jordan Houston.
You know who he is.
A.K.A. the franchise. We've been calling him the franchise since he was 5 years old. I'm telling you, he's going to be a problem. 6'3", 6'4" right now, and he going to get bigger and stronger, and he going to put that pain in.
Yeah. So, we're one of the 2 Augs that go to Florida, right? And I was having this conversation with people, right? I think the change to AYF is going to, it might bring New York football back because, we was in UIFL and we was too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Everybody staying everywhere and this and that. So I'm thinking change. Now, there's no, we have to stay in Airbnbs now. We got to do all this other stuff. I think that the camaraderie of a team, we would get back to that as far as New York. What do you think about that?
I kind of agree with that. To me, it really don't matter, man. We done been through, we went to the battle, AYF, UIF. It's all the same. It just depends on what teams are going to go where every year. So it's all the same. It is what it is. I ain't gonna front though. It was a little bit tougher back in the days, because a lot of people was, ringing and all that back in the days. So
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. a lot of ringing going on. 20, 15 years ago. But due that, the new move now, you gotta have state IDs and all that stuff like that. So you can't do that. But both leagues to me is the same. That's how I look at it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to go compete. It is what it is.
Yep. So, there's nothing we expect the Chiefs to be in championship this year. That's obvious. So, good luck this season. I'm a fan until you play us. until you play us. So good luck the rest of your season. And I think we play out week 5 or something like that, 4 or something like that. I don't know. I gotta look at the schedule. But I'm preparing right now.
What age you coach?
11U. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just.
I ain't even gonna talk no shit.
You know me. I like the team that nobody thinks is gonna win.
I'm not gonna talk no shit, but
I know. Listen, we know already. We know.
We got a good team, man.
Yeah, I know.
We got a good org. I'm not just saying team. We got a good org, and we're gonna be all right. We're gonna compete. Hopefully, I would love to go and get everybody a championship, but I don't know. It might could pull it off. Probably not could pull it off, but hopefully we should, and hopefully we're gonna do it.
I'm betting my house on your 8s. I'm betting my house on your 8s.
You betting your house?
I'm betting my house on your 8s. Your 8s are gonna win it.
What you putting it up for?
Huh? I'm talking about your 8U. Your 8U.
You put it up?
I'm putting my house up on your 8s. I don't think.
We can rig it for some money now. You go. All depends on the money now. Nah, I'm only fucking with you. Nah, the 8s. Now, shout out to the coaches. First, I want to give a shout out to Brian. He's no longer with us. His son. You know what I'm saying? Is doing a lot of baseball stuff like that. Well, Brian put a lot of work in with those kids last year on 7U. As far as the other coaches that are still here with the team, you know what I'm saying? They're really good. They're phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Just kids that get it and just pay attention to everything and watch football, and they know the game of it. So it's about that.
And I saw a preview of them in the summer, throwing the ball around the field, everything. That's special.
They're good. They good.
Yep.
So, hopefully we come out on top, man. The job, like I said, y'all won a lot of nationals. We've been to 5. We didn't win any. You know what I'm saying? But we going to get one.
Yep.
We going to get one. And it's only right that I should get it first, right?
I mean, listen, we know it's tough.
I'm not going to be mad if one of my coaches win a national.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get a ring, too.
But time out, Jess. Let's talk. You had that 8th grade team that was ridiculous. I didn't think nobody was going to beat that team. That team was crazy. You had that team. I'm like, yo, they're going to go to Florida and smoke everybody.
Well, what happened with that was basically we were winning. We was in 2 AYF championships, and we lost with 4 minutes to go, and we were winning the game. Both games, 14-8. Both games. We were winning 8-0. The first national championship, and 06? Yeah, 06. We was winning 14-0, and we lost. No, sorry, we were winning 8-0. With 4 minutes left in the game, we lost. Kid broke a touchdown, scored. Game over. 14-8. Coach Qua and us, we was in Unlimited, 14U.
Yep.
We was in the national championship. We was up 8-0 again. Before halftime, we was on the 8-yard line. Chicago Falcons or whatever.
The Firebirds, I think it was.
Whatever it was,
Firebirds,
Chicago, from Tony Arena's team.
Yep.
They stopped us at halftime. We still was winning the whole game. Quarterback broke a run. Under 4 minutes, we lost the game. So, reality, we should have won 2 national championships before anybody, but we didn't. That's how shit happens, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, Allah will bless us, to win the nationals this year.
Yep. Well, we're looking forward to see you guys. We all gonna beat each other's games. You know what it is already. So good luck this season, and I'll see you before week 5.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say, good luck to all the orgs out there. Yep. All right, peace out, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And we're back. We have the Brooklyn Bombers in the building. Introduce yourself, man.
How you doing, y'all? This is Coach Jaji.
I'm Coach Ela.
All right. So let me ask y'all a question, right? So I was talking to you guys. You guys played for the Bombers, correct?
Sure.
What years y'all played for them?
I've been playing to them for a while, probably like 2012.
Yeah, same thing. We was in the same class. I graduated high school in 2017, so I played with like 2012, yeah, sure.
All right. So, what's the difference of being a player with the Bombers and coming back to coach? What do you see the difference?
The difference is when you is playing, it's just like, you just young and just going about it. But as you get older and you coaching and like kind of giving back, it's easier to fix certain mistakes that you didn't really like, know as a youngin, or that you couldn't like really tell yourself for real. So like as a coach, that's like our way of giving back. Like that's the only difference, It's easier to fix the mistakes and tell kids, do the right thing what I'm saying? This is right and that's wrong, pretty much. Okay. So
Yeah, for sure. Like just to type on what he said, I feel like me being a coach now, I could definitely know what to expect from my kids and what to get them better at, to get them to that next level where I wanted to be at when I was their age. Also, too, I don't think my coaches didn't really not to say care as much, but we more into the coaching stuff, social media, all that type of stuff. So this is definitely a different age back then when we was playing football.
Sure. So the mistake I made when I first came into coaching, this is a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. I was still playing, right? I still played. I was playing semi-pro. I was still coaching. And the thing I realized you had to separate was being the player and the coach. Because when you're still playing and coaching, you expect them kids to do the same thing that you can do, and then you realize like it's baby steps. Did y'all have that problem also when y'all started coaching? Like high expectations?
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, pretty much. You go ahead.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like my first year coaching, I won a championship. So that's basically I already had the high, you know what I'm saying? So my second year coming in, seeing that it's not just straight championship, everything not gonna be good, that's basically had to put myself in that mind frame, like, yo, I gotta start from scratch right now, and this is not that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta tell yourself, every kid not the same, every kid could be a beginner. It's always a mix of kids when you doing football. Like you said, you can't be the coach, you can't be the player, you gotta be the coach.
Yeah, pretty much everything what he said.
Okay. So I don't know how the Bombers do it, right? Every year, the Bombers have these fast-ass kids. Where do y'all find these kids at?
Just recruit, man.
Recruit, man. Like I said, we serious about this coaches, us young coaches. So we got vehicles and whatever, social media and whatever. You know what I'm saying? We go do whatever it takes to get the job done, to get them fast kids. But if we need fast kids, get them big kids. If we need big kids, we here.
Definitely what he said, for sure. We just recruit heavy athletes, big kids, no matter what. When we see them, we go into them.
One thing about O'Neal, right? O'Neal's gonna find a kid, right? Sure. And another thing that I like about what O'Neal does is that he takes all the kids into his house, right? If you go to O'Neal's house during a football season, O'Neal has the whole team in the house. Everybody's there. And if you wasn't a football player, right? If he wasn't a football player, he makes sure that by the time you leave the Bombers, you will be known around New York City.
For sure. I mean, yeah, he definitely does a lot of that, and we just trying to pick up like kind of where he left off, or like what he be doing, and like just do the same thing for certain kids as we coaching, just kind of not only care for them on the field, but also outside of the football field, and that's pretty much that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he basically hit all the points I wanted to hit too. Like, we actually care for these kids, especially me myself. I know I have certain bonds with certain kids that other coaches probably won't have with their kids, and I say that I just treat them like they're my little brothers for real. I take care of them, and like O would do, like I'm his son, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. We're basically following his footsteps.
Okay. O'Neal, we have O'Neal actually in the house. Can we get you real quick, O'Neal? Just 2 seconds. O'Neal don't like being on the camera.
That's another thing.
He don't like being on the camera.
Don't do cameras, all right? Yeah.
He don't like being on the camera. But you see, it's more of he puts you guys in the forefront because it's not about him no more. It's football's evolving. You know what I'm saying? And we've been in this for years, and eventually we're not going to be doing this no more. So you got to pass it on. You know what I'm saying? So what's your expectation this year? What do you think your strongest teams are this year?
Every team, man.
Yeah, I would say that
from the
too.
8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Every team is a strong team. Yeah, we coming. We here.
For sure. And I definitely coach 12U, so 12U, road to nationals. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So, thank you guys. We look forward to seeing y'all guys in the season.
Bombers over everything.
All right, man.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. We're back. We have Mr. Milton.
Uncle Milton.
Uncle Milton, I'm sorry. Let me put some respect on your name.
Because I try to do to everybody.
I mean, everybody always asks, who the hell is Uncle Milton? Let them know who Uncle Milton is.
Uncle Milton was given to me when I wanted to. What happened? I'm gonna tell you the whole story. When I first encountered this podcast stuff, right? I see the talents of Javon and Michael. You know what I'm saying? I saw their talents when they was in the restaurant doing their thing, and I said, man, I would love to be behind the scenes with them, setting it up, make it a little better, make it a little, bringing in some sponsors and things like that. That's what I really do. And I had a studio set up, for you guys to go in, which was, what's the studio was, I forgot the name of the studio. No, it was in College Point. And I set up, and I did, at some point in time, learning, as I interviewed you guys before, learning that I got fired from the job because I oversold it. They said that I told them to stop coaching, and that was like, get out of here, Milt. and I had to go, and I didn't know. But I went back to the guy, right, and I said, listen, I don't have no host. And he said to me, yo, you get in front of the camera. So I got in front of the camera, and we did like 30 minutes just talking. Yep. And you know how you look at yourself in the mirror? And I was like, oh, sweat, man. He said, nah, you can do this. He called it Uncle Milty. I was like, nah, this like Uncle Milt was better. I took it, and we did a thing. We was honored to bring on a Leaf, and then we started something called NYC Youth Sports Podcast, and we was running ever since. Yep. And that's how the Uncle Milt really started. And I enjoy doing this. Mm-hmm. I enjoy covering youth sports. Football in particular is getting a little crowded for our sports shows, but I'm hoping that everybody get their own lane. You guys got your own lane. We got the Riot Squad show in. He got their own lane, and of course we got our own lane, and we stick to our lanes and report on the facts. Not the make-believe, not the world of make-believe. We be all right. We be fine.
Well, you do know, right? I don't think there's a problem with that, right? Because there's so much youth football out here, right? Mm-hmm. I think the more coverage is better for the athletes in New York City. You get what I'm saying? And, we have podcast shows, whatever. Mm-hmm. We can't be at everything. Mm-hmm. So if we're at a football game, you at a football game, it's good. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's good. And listen, the youth, the kids are going to watch. The kids want to be entertained. They're going to watch everything. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So listen, there's no competition between nobody. No. We had our little, we had our little going back and forth. It was funny. No, it was funny, but it's never personal.
No. It's like it's being misunderstood. Just like my last comment. When I'm saying the viewership is not a lot. And I'm in it for the viewership also, respect added, because it's with the viewership, other things come to support the show financially. Mm-hmm. So the viewership is more important. So you and Mike, y'all have your show about Big Tri-State. Y'all do your predictions and everything, and that's your lane. Mm-hmm. That is your lane. My particular lane is interviewing the influence people in youth sports and interviewing the people that's signing the checks and making the decisions and things like that. So that's my lane, And when someone else comes on, they have to find their own lane also. That's what I'm saying. Because the viewership is very, very small. And then, people are saying that because I don't have a show on now, and you guys don't come back till in August.
In August.
Yeah, so I'm working on a new format for my show. So it's no void there, but you still get someone say, "Oh, we got the best sports show," in a thing, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, hold on, everybody's not on yet, and it's not a lot of numbers."
But do you blame somebody for saying that? You're supposed to feel like that.
Well, I think you should be smart enough to say, well, Mike ain't on, Uncle Milt ain't on, so let me just be quiet until that happens. There's no way I can say that, you know what I'm saying, without, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, like, when everybody's on, because the numbers are very, very small, and Facebook page y'all guys got, NYC, is the biggest on Facebook far as youth football in New York City and northern New Jersey. So look at all your numbers. What are your numbers at? Memberships, what is that?
Oh, we have 3,000 plus.
All right, okay. So when someone because I've been watching, when someone do a good comment on that show, like a good heading on the show, it gets about between 100 to 150 comments, some even more.
Yeah, some more.
So you got to see, like, if you do a show about that topic, how many views you're going to get.
I got it.
That's the deal. And then based on that, because I look at your Facebook page, and I say, oh man, that's a good
topic.
It's a good topic, and I try to work on a show about that topic, because we all trying to get views, and we all, at least I am. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I'll just put in perspective that we all find our lane. Now we all can get together and do something bigger. You know what I'm saying, as far as our lane is concerned. And like we talked about that before, about people's lanes. Even if you're doing all-stars with TPMJ or heavy hitters or whoever, as long as you got your lane, you get the best of the best. You get the best viewers, you get the best kids, you get the best, That's what I'm talking about.
But even with that, right, I feel like, you got 25 kids on the team. It's a lot of kids in New York City.
Yeah.
So kids might not be able to make that team, but they can go to a different team. So, like I said, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more as keeping kids off the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some kids that never get to travel outside of New York City, and they get an opportunity to do that.
Okay.
If you look at it from that perspective, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't, we get attacked, whatever. I don't care about that.
No,
it is.
it's not about, sometimes some things need to be addressed, and then it's what it is. The thing is that we all have to understand that our purpose of what we're doing, and we don't want to step on each other's shoes. And, like this. I want to ask you a question.
Yep.
AYF All-Star rules, do you like those?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I heard about
Because you know why? Because, it gives everybody a fair advantage. You get what I'm saying? Because now it can't just be about that one team. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, you only have 6 players from each program, and a minimum of 3.
4.
Yeah, a minimum of 4. I'm right. A minimum of 4 teams. Right? I mean, you know what that would do to bring,
That would make you work with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And if when you guys go out to a sports farm, when they go out to 302, if they have those basic rules, then we can go and compete and really represent New York.
Now, I'm glad you said that because, TPMJ with a spin, we have that. That's our motto. That's what we do. We get kids from different teams, and we try to put a cap at how many kids can be on the team from one team, and let coaches come in and coach with each other. That go against each other. You always can learn. I don't know everything. You don't know everything, right? Even with podcasts, you might be better at something that I'm not good at, but I can learn from you. So, and that's the whole objective of it. Let's get together as a unit, as New York. Go out there, have some fun, let these kids all create memories with each other, because guess what? Even after the All-Star team, kids got group chats. They on group chats with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't never the kids, it's the parents, it's adults. You know what I'm saying? So that All-Star rule, I think is dope, and I think it would definitely be a progression for New York City if we do All-Stars. You know what I'm saying? And then people could just put their egos to the side.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. We do better more together than separate, but respect each other's lane and respect each other's work. Like me, I always give flowers while you here. I tell people, yo, man, that was dope. Yo, that show was good. That topic was good. And also I say, well, man, you mean you work on that other topic? I don't really care for that topic. Or